Good morning, all of you. Today, let us study about screw gauge. It is an instrument used to measure lengths up to an accuracy of 0.01 millimeter. If you recall, we had discussed the least count of a meter scale was 1 millimeter, or it could measure accurately up to 1 millimeter. The least count of vernier calipers was zero point 0.1 millimeter, and now we are going to study screw gauge, and its least count is 0.01 millimeter. There are screw gauges which can measure lengths up to 0.005 millimeter also. This 0.005 millimeter is nothing but 5 into 10 power minus 6 meter, which is also 5 micrometer. Now, as the screw gauge can measure lengths up to the order of micrometers, it is also called as micrometer screw gauge or micrometer also. One more important point to remember here is that this least count of an instrument is also the maximum possible error. So why we are saying this is, if this vernier caliper can measure lengths accurately up to 0.1 millimeter, so below this length it cannot measure accurately. So we say the maximum possible error of this vernier caliper is 0.1 millimeter. The maximum possible error this meter scale can have is 1 millimeter. The maximum possible error of a micrometer screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter. So if you are getting the reading of this vernier caliper as 2.3 millimeter, then the error in the reading will be 0.1 millimeter. So just remember this. This will be important while solving questions. Now let us understand the different parts of a screw gauge. The part that you see here is called the linear scale. This scale is fixed. This part that you see here is called the circular scale. This circular scale can be rotated about the linear scale. The part here is called the screw, and it can move forward or backward based on the rotation of this circular scale. So I will discuss with you how this screw moves forward and backward when the circular scale is rotated. The part that you see here is called the stud. Okay, and when the end of the screw touches the stud, we say that the reading of the screw gauge is 0. The screw gauge is used to measure the diameter of wires. It is also used to measure the thickness of metal sheets. For example, we have a copper wire here, okay, and we want to measure the diameter of this copper wire. So what we do is we place the copper wire like this in between the stud and the screw and take the measurement of the diameter of the copper wire from here. Now, let us discuss the principle of working of a screw gauge. We have a screw here, and these you see are the threads of the screw. The separation between any of these two threads is called pitch. Okay, so remember this term. The separation between any two threads is called as pitch. When the screw makes one rotation, it moves forward or backward by a distance of one pitch, which is the separation between these threads. So the direction in which the screw moves can be determined by the right hand screw rule. If you curl your fingers in the direction of rotation of the screw, then the thumb will point in the direction of motion of the screw. Let me play the schematic now, and one more thing I want you all to notice is, when this screw makes one complete rotation, it moves forward or backward by the distance equal to the length of this pitch. So you can see here the fingers are curling in the direction of rotation of the screw, and the screw is moving forward. Okay, and in one rotation it has moved by one pitch length. In this case, we will rotate the screw clockwise and let us see in which direction does the screw move. And you can also use your right hand and curl your fingers in the direction of rotation of the screw, and the thumb will point in the direction of motion of the screw. So let us have a look at this. So you can see here the fingers are curling in the direction of rotation of the screw, and the thumb points in the direction of motion of the screw. Meanwhile, during one rotation, the screw has moved by a distance which is equal to the pitch length of the screw. So here you can see how the screw gauge works. As I showed you in the screw, when this circular scale is rotated clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending on the sense of rotation, the screw here moves forward or backward. So let us have a look at the schematic. So observe here, when this circular scale is rotating in this direction, the screw here is moving forward. Okay, and if you want to measure the dimension of any object, you place the object here and take the reading from here. Okay. Next, let us learn about the pitch of screw gauge. So I will just magnify this part and show you and help you understand what is pitch. So pitch is the length moved by the circular scale when it completes one full rotation. So let us have a look here. When the circular scale completes one rotation, how much does it move? Okay, so when it is rotating, you see it is moving this side, and it has completed one full rotation and the zero has come back. It has moved by this length here. So this length here is called the pitch of the screw gauge. So this length here is called the pitch of the screw gauge. So we can define pitch as length moved by the circular scale divided by the number of rotations of the circular scale. So remember this formula for pitch of a screw gauge. The least count of a screw gauge is given as the pitch divided by the number of divisions on a circular scale. Let us now understand this formula. So if 100 divisions correspond to the pitch, then one division will correspond to pitch divided by 100. Let me tell you what it means. Now 0 of the circular scale is coinciding with the 0 of the linear scale. So now I have moved the circular scale such that the first division here is corresponding to the linear scale. So if for 100 divisions, if the circular scale had moved by pitch, then for one division it would have moved by pitch divided by 100, which means the small length that you see here that it has moved is nothing but pitch divided by 100. So the length which corresponds to the first division coinciding with the linear scale is also called as the least count of this screw gauge. So remember this formula for least count of screw gauge. Let us now understand how to take the reading of a screw gauge. Let us assume we have placed an object here and the screw gauge is showing the following reading. I have magnified the reading for you here. So let us see how do we take the reading of the screw gauge. So the reading is given by the linear scale reading plus the circular scale reading into the least count. So here we can see the circular scale is just after 5. So our linear scale reading will be 5 here, or 5 mm if we were given the pitch as 1 millimeter. So if this pitch is 1 millimeter, so for 5 divisions we have 5 millimeters. Okay, next the circular scale reading. We can see the 49th division of the circular scale is in line with the linear scale reading. So the circular scale reading will be 49. I have told you how to calculate the least count of the screw gauge. You can substitute that here. So this is how we get the reading of the screw gauge.